Hey guys, Jonah here, and today we're going to talk about the most basic smart home setup that you can do today. So just a disclaimer about this video, this is not necessarily the best smart home setup, nor is it the cheapest. What I wanted to show you was the easiest way to be able to get a smart home going and for you to be able to discern for yourself whether or not this is for you. So also what I wanted to stress was that this setup is primarily for my own use case. So you may or may not need some of the things that are found here. So hopefully you can use this quick video to look at some of the things that you may find interesting and just disregard those that you don't need. So today we will be talking about 4 things: lighting, infrared devices, the Chromecast, as well as voice assistants. Before we start, I would just like to note that you will be needing a Wi-Fi connection through a router for you to be able to do this properly. Doing so while tethering internet from your phone is just not a good experience that I would like to recommend. So make sure that you have Wi-Fi running through your router before you start doing this setup. So the first thing that we're going to be talking about is lighting. And lighting in a smart home setup has several advantages. So the main advantage for me is actually being able to control the lighting in your home from basically anywhere in the house. Given, of course, that you have access to a voice assistant or a compatible app. So for today, I wanted to talk about the Yeelight. So this is one of the cheapest options that I was able to find that is actually addressing most of the needs that I have from my lighting solution for my smart home. So these features can be accessed either through a compatible voice assistant or through the Yeelight app. And some of these features include turning the lights on and off, dimming, changing the colors of the lights, scheduling, setting scenes, and integrating with other devices. So for me, my main use for these lights is basically scheduling when the lights will go on and off, as well as setting scenes. Now, the setting of the schedule is dependent, of course, on when you would need the lights to go on or off. For us, it automatically turns on during dinner time and turns off right before we go to bed. So it doesn't just turn on and off the lights, but can also set scenes. So what do I mean by that? So scenes are basically lighting setups that you can customize so that you create your own ambiance using these lights that you have. So for me, during dinner or when watching a movie, basically the lights are dimmed and set to a warmer tone so that it's not as harsh to our eyes when viewing a movie. Whenever I'm playing games, I tend to make the room a little bit more darker and make the lights either red or blue just to make it a bit edgier and so that you're more immersed in a way to your gaming. Now, the lights can also be controlled as a single bulb or as a group of bulbs and inside various rooms. So it's up to you on how you set that up. But us, in our use case, living in a single condo, we basically put all of the lights in the living room and we work them together on the app or with the Google Voice Assistant so that we can control the lights together and that we create a sort of more seamless interaction with our smart home lights. Alright, so the next topic would be integrating infrared devices into your smart home. So as we all know, not all of our appliances actually were manufactured when the smart home trend started. So I think for most of us, we're not willing to replace like our TV or our air conditioning unit just to be able to experience a smart home setup using them. So I found a cheaper option in the Broadlink RM Pro. So this is basically a universal remote that utilizes infrared. So if your TV has infrared, which most TVs do, and I think all TVs do, and your air conditioning unit, and I think most of the air conditioning units being sent out today use infrared, you can control them using this device. So how does it do that? This device basically connects to your Wi-Fi, and there's an app on the phone, which I will link down below, that you can download, and then you can control all of your infrared devices in your house, including your TVs, your air conditioning units, your fans, everything that has an infrared sensor can now be integrated to your smart home setup. It's good to note that you can also use your voice assistant in controlling all of these infrared devices through the Broadlink RM Pro. You just need to be able to set it up properly, and it takes a bit of tuning, but I'll link all of the videos that helped me through the process, which was easy enough to do. Just follow it step by step. So we're down to our last two devices, and the third one would be, I think, the most common thing that you would see nowadays would be the Chromecast. Now, the Chromecast is a Google-powered device that basically turns your TV into a smart TV. It does this by connecting to the HDMI cable of the TV and acts as like a cable box of sorts that is connected to the net, so that you can have access now to YouTube, Netflix, Spotify, and whatever Google service there is out there. So this device is integral to my setup because I usually watch things on my phone. Mostly because it's easier to access. I'm always on my phone, and it's easier to access all of the apps that I need, like YouTube, and search whatever video that I can from there. But with the Google Chromecast, I can actually cast all of these things that I'm doing on my phone onto the TV for a better experience. And lastly, there are the voice assistants. So currently, I think there are 4 main players in the voice assistant game. So mainly there's Google, there's Amazon, even Apple, and Microsoft's Cortana. But for this video though, I would just like to focus on Google and Amazon's Alexa. So voice assistant apps have been here for a few years now, and a lot of people use them for different things. So you can ask them for stuff, you can play games with them, and you can even order them around to control your smart home. For now, we won't be talking about all of the features that these voice assistants can do because that will take a very long time. But basically, I wanted to show you what I do with my voice assistants and which ones I have and what value they're able to provide in my day-to-day. So let's start out with Google. So Google has the simply named Google Assistant, and this you can access actually even without buying a Google Home, Google Nest Home, or Nest Hub. You can access it through any Android device that already has a Google Assistant set up. Now, for you to be able to control your smart home, you will be needing a Google Home app installed so that you can also start controlling your smart devices. Then for Amazon, we actually have Alexa. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, this was the first voice assistant to go mainstream. So basically what Amazon did was create a voice assistant that basically helps you buy from their site, but also has the functionality of being able to control your smart home or being able to answer some of your questions. But I think for the most part, some of the features of Amazon's Alexa are actually not yet implemented here in the Philippines. But then, so it was the first thing that I bought, since I think at that time, Google has yet to come up with their Google Home or Google Nest devices. So it's what I have. So you can set all of these up with just an app on your phone. However, owning a device actually has an advantage. And the main advantage of having a device that has a built-in voice assistant is that it's always listening. So you don't have to go through your phone, you don't have to wait for it to wake up and things like that. You can just say whatever command that you want, and it is always listening, and it will execute that command for you as seamlessly as possible. And most of the devices with these voice assistants actually have a very different microphone installed. So you can be very far away and have a very soft voice, but it can still pick up your commands. So once you're done setting everything up on the app, you can actually already integrate everything into the voice assistant and create customized commands that it will perform once you say that particular command. Like for example, I set one that's called Game Room. So when I say, Alexa, turn on the game room, it automatically turns on everything to the correct settings, to the correct lights. Okay. So with just one command, you can just kick back and enjoy all the content you want to watch. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching. And if this video helped you out in any way at all, please leave a like below. And if you want more content like this, please subscribe to the channel. And that's all. Take care, stay home, stay safe. Peace.